wanted to come to you all, kind of check in a little bit, because this week I had a visit to the local STI Clinic. Yay! And I like it too that now we use the phrase STI instead of STD. So sexually transmitted infection rather than sexually transmitted disease. So there's a clinic near me on 28th Street and 9th Avenue here in New York City. It's funded by the Department of Health, and I really like this place a lot. I started getting tested in this facility last July. This particular clinic is just a great clinic. It's clean. It's a lovely fucking place. From the first time that I was there, the staff was really helpful. It was sex positive. The intake folk that I meet with to prepare to get tested with, is the same person in the last 4 visits that I've had since last year in July. I believe he's a Latino man. That doesn't really matter much, but he is an individual who is very calm, thorough, and we have these great conversations about STIs. The gentleman is probably in his late 40s, 50s. I'm 65. But he comes with a wealth of knowledge and experience working in the area of sexual health and treating the community, helping the community. I felt that it was necessary for me to come to the camera to all of you today because I got some information that was really interesting. Some of it sounds a little, it could be judgmental, but this gentleman, who I don't know his name and I don't need to know his name, is speaking in regards to the entire New York City population about what its current infection trends or indicators, not trends, but indicators are. And it just so happens to be that a particular group is having a much higher HIV rate of infection than other groups. And I really appreciate that this person was really careful in explaining this, myself being Latina, when he said that actually the infection rates in the city of New York at this particular time is within the Latin community. And it's the current immigrant Latin population that's coming into the city now. It was very interesting to hear that. I'll elaborate about other populations too that are not just Latin. Current immigrants, like I stated, and not Mexicans. I just want to say that. And Puerto Ricans, I've been here forever, so I'm not talking about Puerto Ricans or Dominicans. But actually, the country is Venezuela. The healthcare system in Venezuela is not that strong. And what's going on in Venezuela is what's going on in Venezuela. A lot of folks, 30s, maybe men, never having been tested for HIV, which is crazy. I am 65. I am HIV negative, just as a point of fact. STI negative at this point. I haven't gotten all of my results yet. But this person at the clinic who, I sit with, well, in this one last visit was really happy to hear that as a person of my age that I am still HIV negative. And he asked if I approach sex in a disciplined way, and I said, yes, I do. And also in a selective way. Believe me, I have opportunities all the time to get into some action with a lovely person, man, but I don't because of the fact of STIs and infection. Yeah, definitely. There was a Romanian man that stepped up to me on Wednesday that was stunning, who could tell that I was trans, which was very cute. We had a great little conversation. He wanted to make out with me and all this stuff. I let him kiss me on the cheek and give me a hug. But he was beautiful and so sexy. Oh my gosh. Oh my God, he was so hot. But no, I didn't pursue it. I left it alone. I kept on walking. But had a great conversation with him. So I am conscious. One thing I did state with this gentleman at the STI clinic, that being a 20-something-year-old at the time of the AIDS epidemic, where all of my friends were dying from AIDS, HIV, it was quite traumatic and left quite an impression. So that's, I feel, part of the reason why I'm selective. And I do try to practice some discipline. Though I don't know, this summer I'm feeling a certain way that I'm hoping I can keep to my discipline. I'm feeling super horny. I feel really confident. I'm like, yeah, let's just throw chance to the wind. But just for today, I'm not, okay? But back to the clinic and the population of Venezuelans, immigrants coming in, coming from a country that doesn't have strong access to health care. That is a population in the city that is being affected. So it's sad that with the wave of immigrants coming in, that this is something we, as a population, need to be cautious of, okay? But then again, no one is forcing us to have sex with someone else. So everyone, please make choices that are healthy and wise. Secondly, there is the Chinese population, young Chinese immigrants coming into the city, LGBTQ now focused because of the lack of LGBTQ care in China. The parents send the youth to the United States. We're open and free here in New York City, and there's health care for everyone and rights for everyone. Well, we like to hope and pray for. That everyone is treated fairly. He was stating a lot of families are sending their children here, and they go to college here, and they go to school here, and they're here in New York City, and a lot of them are coming in getting tested, and they're vulnerable. The infection rates might be high in the Chinese population as well. So it's really interesting. I didn't know this. I didn't know this about the Chinese population. I didn't know that China was so restrictive. I kind of knew, but I really didn't think about it much. But I'm thinking about it now with the conversation that I had with the representative, and then the immigrant population, as I stated. So these are just little points and factors that I wanted to bring up because sex is really beautiful and important to me. Intimacy is really important to me. Sexual health is really important to me. Staying infection-free is important to me as a person and important to me in the LGBTQ population and in the general population too. And that the stigmas of sex and gender and LGBTQ and the stigmas behind trans women and people of color. And unfortunately, with the information that I got from this representative, it adds to the stigma and the stereotypes about the immigrants that are coming here and what they're bringing with them. Disease, STIs, lack of health. I just wanted to bounce this information off to you, not to point judgment, not to target any group. I've stated what I've stated. It could be a form of but it's not a form of generalization if the stats and the facts are the way they are by this clinic, and which is gathering information by the CDC, right? So walk and speak softly and carry a big stick is my motto for May. Be loving and gentle to all, and please, if you're going to have sex and be sexually active, please be mindful and careful and selective and practice a smidgen of discipline, sexual discipline. As I practice sexual discipline with my food, discipline with my money, discipline with my emotions. I could be a very love addict kind of person, so I have to watch that as well. So I have to discipline myself in that too, not go cozy and comfy and, get clingy right away with folks. Because I have a big heart and I like love. I actually love love. So I have to watch that and make sure I'm not too strong on people. And that's it. So take what you want and leave the rest. No judgment to anyone, any groups in particular. And I hope America can heal. Okay, bye. Take care.